the state of North Carolina introduced new content standards during the 2005-2006 school year. Gaston County schools saw a decrease of 26% in their EOG proficiency rate. After a 26% decrease in proficiency under the new content standards, Gaston County schools experienced continuous increases in their proficiency rates 3 years after the implementation of the content standards. The state of North Carolina again introduced new content standards during the 2012-13 school year. Gaston County schools saw a decrease of 43% in their EOG proficiency rate. After a 43% decrease in proficiency under the new content standards, Gaston County Schools has had continuous increases in their proficiency rates each of the past 3 years. In comparing the past two implementations of the standard course of study and EOG exams, Gaston County Schools will need to increase its proficiency rate by 24% to be at a similar proficiency rate before Common Core. One of the reasons proficiency rates have not increased at the same rate as previous standard adoptions is the number of questions on the exam was reduced from a range of 50 to 53 questions to 44 to 50 questions. Before the Common Core state standards were implemented, we were ranked number 8 among the 10 largest districts in math proficiency grades 3A. We had a gap of 11 points or less in proficiency among the 10 largest districts for Common Core. Under the Common Core standards, we are ranked number 9 among the 10 largest districts in math proficiency grades 3A. We have a gap of 23 points or less in proficiency among those 10 largest districts. The gap in proficiency can't be isolated to just elementary or middle schools. Elementary schools have a larger gap in proficiency. The gap ranges from 27 to 7 proficiency points for our elementary schools. Again, the gap in proficiency can't be isolated to just elementary or middle schools. The middle school gap ranges from 22 to 3 proficiency points among the 10 largest districts in our state. In an effort to improve EOG scores, we have looked at the normal curve equivalent score from the Renaissance Star Assessment. It's an equal distribution of scores and allows us to measure growth for all levels of students equally. We have compared the students' average NCE score to their achievement level on the EOG exam. We have seen the past 2 years students that have an average NCE score of 60 or higher had a better chance of achieving a level 3, 4, or 5 on the EOG. For elementary school students in math and reading that had an average NCE score of 60 or above during the year achieved a level 3, 4, or 5, 91% or 97% of the time on the EOG. For middle school students in math and reading that had an average NCE score of 60 or higher during the year achieved a level 3, 4, 5, 85, and 98% of the time on the EOG. As a school district, students that had an average NCE score of 60 or above during the school year achieved a level 3, 4, 5, 92% of the time. This is important because it has allowed our districts to establish correlation factors to help project proficiency rates. The correlation factors have allowed us to develop a spreadsheet that can be used to calculate a projected proficiency rate using the number of students that had an NCE score of 60 or above. The correlation factors have also allowed us to develop a spreadsheet that can be used to calculate projected proficiency rates using the number of students that scores an NCE score of 59 or lower. The spreadsheet also combines the number of students that will be projected to be proficient that scored an NCE score above and below a 60. This allows us to measure if schools are improving each month. As a result of the focus on the NCE score, schools are using the North Carolina Priority Standards report that is generated after each exam. The report allows schools to work with students that have not mastered grade level standards. In closing, getting students to achieve an NCE score of 60 or higher is our primary focus in an effort to improve proficiency rates on the EOG for Gaston County schools. Thank you.